Hi again. Today we're going to start chapter 5 of Toys Go Out, written by Emily Jenkins, and the pictures are by Paul O. Zelinsky. Chapter 5, How Lumpy Got on the Big High Bed and Lost Something Rather Good Looking. Every night, Stingray goes up on the big high bed to sleep. Lumpy, Plastic, the one-eared sheep, and the toy mice all stay on the floor. The bed is a nice place to be. It has a warm patchwork quilt and 4 fluffy pillows. On the table next to it stand a glass of water and a stack of books. Every night, Stingray gets to cuddle with a little girl. Stingray even goes under the covers. Lumpy has only been on the bed for short visits, and Plastic has never been up there at all. "Why you every single night?" asks Lumpy when Stingray comes down one morning to play on the shaggy rug where he, Sheep, and Plastic are sitting around doing nothing. "Why not me?" "You have to be clean to go in the bed," says Stingray. "There can't be crumbs and peanut butter up there." "Why not Plastic then?" "Well, you have to be furry," says Stingray. "Balls don't ever go." "It used to be me before she came," mutters Sheep. "I don't mind," chirps Plastic, who has been spending much of her nights rolling down the stairs and then bouncing back up again 3 at a time. "Do you want to come watch me on the steps, Lumpy? I roll down like a race car." "Not really," says Lumpy. "I've seen you roll before." "It's totally different on the stairs," pleads Plastic. "It doesn't seem fair," Lumpy says to Stingray, "that you go up on the high bed every single night." "What do you do up there?" "Private stuff," says Stingray, "between me and the little girl." "But why don't I get to do private stuff?" "Sorry, it's not like I have a choice. The little girl takes me. She wants me, I guess, because of how much she loves me." "She loves me too," says Lumpy. "Well, of course she does, just not enough to go up on the high bed. Don't feel bad." Humpy turns his tail to Stingray and pretends to be interested in a bit of orange fluff he sees on the rug. "Lumpy?" Lumpy nuzzles the bit of fluff and doesn't answer. "Do you want to go look out the window?" Lumpy mumbles quietly to the bit of fluff as if he doesn't hear. "Or watch television?" He doesn't answer. "We could play marbles." The fluff is taking all Lumpy's attention. It takes up all his attention for the entire day. He won't talk to Stingray at all. The next morning, Lumpy starts looking at the fluff again as soon as Stingray comes down from the bed. He looks at it all morning, all afternoon, and all evening. He does this for 6 days. On the 7th day, Stingray comes down and pokes him in the shoulder. "Know what?" she says. "I have an idea for getting the girl to bring you up on the bed. Do you want to hear it?" Lumpy stops looking at the fluff and looks at Stingray instead. "We can decorate you," she says, "to make you more of a bedtime buffalo. We could drape you in a rabbit fur and flannel and a big pair of fuzzy slippers on your feet and maybe some bows and ribbons on your tail and some pink and yellow feathers. You will look so cuddly she will have to take you to bed." says Lumpy. "What?" "Is there another option?" "Sure. Maybe we could break your tail, just a small break near the end. And then, you would be injured and the little girl would wrap you up in toilet paper and masking tape and bring you to bed to get well." None of these sound like good ideas. "I read something you could try," pipes up Plastic, who has been listening in from a spot underneath the bed. "But it's not very nice." "What?" Lumpy wants to know. "Well, it's a trick. They used it in old TV commercials and science experiments. Subliminal messages." "Ooh, submarine messages?" cries Stingray. "Why didn't I think of that before?" "What are they?" asks Lumpy. "Well, it's too complicated to explain," stalls Stingray. "Isn't it, Plastic?" Plastic pauses. "Well, I could explain a little bit," she finally says. "Oh, a little bit for sure. That we could do," says Stingray. "You go ahead." "I read that in supermarkets they used to have secret messages playing very quietly under the music that people didn't know their brains could hear," begins Plastic. "Messages that would say, 'Buy sugar cereal,' or 'You need to eat a lot of meat, buy it here.' The messages would get the shoppers to do what they said. This isn't a supermarket, says Lumpy. I know, says Plastic, but we could do like this. Stingray could whisper in the little girl's ear while she's asleep. When the girl wakes up, she'll think whatever Stingray has told her. Ooh, Stingray is silent for a moment. What if I whisper, don't eat your vegetables? Or sit in front of the TV all day like a giant wet noodle? Or cheat at card games? What if my submarine message is, buy Stingray lots of presents? Will she really do whatever I say? Stingray feels a thrill. Plastic rolls side to side nervously. Forget I told you about it. It only maybe works anyway. If it maybe works, I want to try it, insists Lumpy. I shouldn't have mentioned it, says Plastic. It's a bad idea. Then how am I going to get on the bed? Cries Lumpy, looking up at the fluffy pillows from his spot on the rug. I have to get up there. Don't worry, says Stingray. I've done submarine messages lots of times before. I'll get you up there. It is hard to think about sharing the big high bed. In fact, Stingray doesn't want to share it at all. But even more, she doesn't want Lumpy to ignore her and stare at his bit of fluff all day. That evening, Stingray stays awake when the little girl falls asleep. Bring Lumpy to bed. Bring Lumpy to bed. Bring Lumpy to bed. Bring Lumpy to bed, she whispers long into the night. That next evening, after brushing her teeth and putting on her pajamas, the little girl lifts Lumpy up along with Stingray. The submarine message has worked. Lumpy is so excited. Cool white pillows, patchwork quilt, warm flannel sheets, private time. He can hardly believe it's true. But here's what happens up on the high bed. Not much. The girl's father reads 3 stories out loud. He sings a short lullaby. The girl kisses her father 4 times. He turns out the light and he leaves. Then the girl kisses Stingray and Lumpy, tucks them under the covers, and goes right to sleep. Stingray goes right to sleep too. Lumpy lies there and stares at the ceiling. He stares at the clock, which glows in the dark. He stares at the curtains blowing slightly in the wind. He doesn't feel sleepy. Psst, Stingray, he whispers. Stingray doesn't answer. Stingray, he whispers again, nipping her gently on the cheek. What? Stingray sounds muddled. Want to play I Spy? It's dark. I can't spy anything. I need a drink of water, moans Lumpy. No, you don't. Well, I need another story then. Will you tell me a story? I can't think of one now, says Stingray. I'm trying to sleep. Want to sing Camptown Races? No. Just a little bit? I think it will help me relax. Camptown Racetrack, sing a song. Doo-da, doo-da, mumbles Stingray softly and closes her eyes. Lumpy stares at the ceiling again. He stares at the clock. He stares at the curtains. He still doesn't feel sleepy. He crawls to the edge of the high bed and looks down. The toy mice are playing leapfrog. Plastic is reading one of the big books and rolling slightly side to side. The one-eared sheep is laughing with the wooden rocking horse in the corner. Lumpy sighs and rearranges himself on the bed. The problem is he usually stays up late. This time of night, he likes to be doing stuff, playing marbles or checkers or pick-up sticks, something. It is not his bedtime yet, not even close. Bonk. Lumpy jumps down. It hurts his bottom when he lands, but he doesn't mind. He is so happy to be down again that he kisses all 4 toy mice with his buffalo mouth and trots over to Plastic and offers to watch her roll down the staircase. He offers to watch her roll down the staircase. So that's where we'll stop. I will read the rest of chapter 5 the next time. I will see you then.